Warframe got released 13 years ago, and ever since it has easily been one of the greatest success stories in all of gaming. Over these 13 years, Warframe pretty much just has accumulated more and more players, and now it is comfortably sitting at roughly 90k concurrent players on pretty much any given day. Now, granted, how many of these players are bots? Not exactly sure, but botting is an issue in this game. But the fact that it is wildly successful is undeniable. This was also one of the games that was mainly competing with Destiny at the time. And, well, Destiny at the start when things were good was a very good thing. And now, well, let's be completely real, Warframe has completely eclipsed and destroyed Destiny. Well, you would honestly say that Destiny destroyed Destiny, and I know what Warframe veterans are gonna write in the comments right now. Warframe is not actually anything like Destiny. True, I have actually said this multiple times in my other videos, I know that. But a lot of people think that they're pretty much the same game almost, which is not true, by the way. But in any case, despite Warframe's massive success, it's currently finding itself in, well, very hot waters because, well, this thing just happened. The Origin system is celebrating Pride all throughout June. Join in the festivities with brand new Pride items, watch our featured Warframe creators, and more! And this, needless to say, has gotten quite a few people honestly very mad. And I know what some people are gonna try and say in the comments, but Quasar, this happens every year. Yes, true. I know, obviously. But there is a difference from what's happening now, what happened previously. It's this little neat thing that pretty much everyone wants to ignore called context. Yes, and nuance, mostly nuance, honestly. And there's a lot of nuance to this situation at this time, because currently it is the hottest time for these kinds of discussions, for people showing their absolutely disdain for this type of political pandering. And the situation is bad. Warframe in general is doing good, but there are fears in the future by a lot of fans and people, because while just celebrating this in general is not a good thing, because that means that, well, your company is activists, because they're by the way, they literally have celebrated a whole month. Look at this. They have been doing this for years. And granted, it has not really affected the game that much, but there is definitely an effect. Because the people supporting this are ridiculous activists. I don't think they honestly play the game either. I think they're just extreme activists. And it's kind of going to show with what the things that we're going to look at here, because there are some things that are pretty expressive, okay, here. And needless to say, the average person is not supporting this in the absolute slightest, okay? People do not want this in their games. It has been proven many of a time. Honestly, 1.7 million views, a lot. And only 12k likes? Oof. Almost 2k retweets? That's called getting ratioed. 1.1k comments? Yeah, this is not good. This is not a popular... Well, actually 12k likes. But that... No, I'm sorry, 12k likes. But that's still not that many likes for this. I actually thought it was way less. That would have been horrible. My bad. But anyway, this is still not enough. This is absolutely not enough. And the problem is that people are currently afraid that this may impact the future of Warframe in very negative ways. Because, well, this is just a meme, but it's kind of a little bit trendy and a lot of people are talking about this. It's the classic, behold, our newest ad campaign, and it's Pride Month Warframe, obviously. Are you sure this is going to help us sell Platinum? Platinum is the pay-to-win currency, but you can earn it in Warframe through free-to-play means. Effectively, Warframe is actually one of those... Well, actually, maybe that has changed in the last 2 years. I'm not sure. But Warframe, at least used to be 2 years ago when I knew what's happening in it, a free-to-play game because you could buy everything you wanted because platinum is just an acquirable thing. And then it's the classic sell platinum. It's great. And I think this tweet perfectly encompasses both sides of the argument, what's happening with the Warframe community and the general discussion with what's currently happening here. And this is a great screenshot. This was a tweet. This was a tweet by someone. All the hours in this game, this is how you treat people who disagree with you. Guess I'll be removing it from my library too. And this is because the original account that posted this, well, what's actually it called? It's just called Warframe. Okay, it makes sense. The Warframe official account blocked him, and the reason the block happened was, well, let's just make it so you can see it. And here I was about to get back into Warframe. Sad reality. This is not egregious. It's not mean. It's not anything. This person is just saying, yeah, this makes me not want to play the game. And the official account just blocked them. That is not a good response. That is absolutely a horrible response. Okay? It's not even egregious. Again, the Warframe players are honestly kind of nice people for the majority of part. This is why they accept this. This is why they don't really push back that much. And again, this is not a terrible response. This is not being mean. This is not being anything. But the response that this person is getting for posting it is insane. Says hateful things. The hateful thing in question is where exactly? I'm not sure. It doesn't exist. Gets blocked, whines about it. I guess, bro. And this is insane. Because this is the mentality of these people. Just saying you do not like this is hate speech. You are the worst. And, all of the typical isms and whatnots. And the problem is that the Warframe community, needless to say, is filled with people who actually see things this way. And the other side is not pushing back. So a lot of people constantly are kind of afraid that Warframe is going to get absolutely shreked by, this kind of players. Now, granted, again, when I look at the Steam DB charts, I do think Warframe is pretty heavily botted, honestly. It probably has at least 20 to 30k bots on at any single time. Now, if you're a Warframe player, please give me a little bit more info on the current situation of Warframe botting, because it's a fully free-to-play game, so you can just run bot farms there. But yeah, and this is the problem. This is the big problem. That Warframe does have a substantial amount of people like this who are literally going to consider just saying, I don't want this in my game, with all due respect, and they're going to be like, hate speech, this is evil, literally Hitler. But what if I'm Hitler's best guy? They never account for that. They never fucking do they? And then there's the comments, and it's literally just a full-blown meltdown session. I need to understand, what is the point of commenting these sentences and then being surprised that you get blocked, blah 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 blah. If you want to read this, you can just pause. It's a full-blown meltdown because these people are just completely fucking insane. Obviously, they belong in mental asylums. They are not well in the head. They do not know how to engage in conversation. They pretty much do not even adhere to reality. And people are also taking note. I mean, this was pretty popular, but this is currently way more popular. It's a pregnant Warframe.
What?
Yep, it's literally a pregnant Warframe. Yeah, and people are kinda obviously scratching their heads about that a little bit, There are some lore implications and whatnot. Personally, I don't think a pregnant Warframe is a statement of anything, kind of, honestly. I don't think it's necessary, but I'm kind of not. I don't think it's. I don't think this is wokeness. I don't think this is activism necessarily. But it is definitely strange. I would definitely prefer that it's not there because that's fucking awkward, dude, okay? That's really awkward. How about we just say no to this thing? Also, when you search for Warframe, you see a lot of things, and yeah, people are in general not taking this also very nicely. There are a lot of posts about this. Oh, look at this! I didn't even see this before. But yeah, a lot of people are talking about this currently because this is currently, in general, wokeness is a hot topic issue, and I mean, Warframe kind of has exactly hit the mark on making this tweet about the time when the only other thing that was happening was First Light. So this is gonna get a lot of attention. And needless to say, again, the fucking fetus thing is gonna get even more attention because that's really okay. That's just strange. I'm not sure if I want to call that necessarily woke, but it is strange. So yeah, what people are afraid for the future of Warframe because it does seem like that it could just go super woke on a dime. I don't know, maybe it's already fucking woke, honestly. I don't know. But people see stuff like this and I mean, they're kind of worried because let's be real, this is what destroyed Destiny. This is what literally killed Destiny. It was called Lightfall, where they completely embraced stuff like this. And well, people see a pattern, needless to say. So do I. In any case, 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Bye.